What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 228 of Two Amazon Sellers and a Microphone, brought to you by Solozo. And today we're really excited. We're talking micro-influencers, and this is something that everybody should be doing. If you're selling e-commerce, Amazon, micro-influencers can just really skyrocket your brand awareness, your sales, brand loyalty. There's so much involved, and I know Chris and I are excited to learn. This is something that we want to implement more of. And on with us today to discuss it is the master of it, Marcel Marculescu, the CEO of IntelliRank. How are you, Marcel?
Hey, Dustin. Thank you for having me. I'm good. Thank you. And Chris, thank you for both
Yes.
for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah. We really appreciate you joining. Well, we're excited to have you and talk about this. It's a hot topic. Chris and I were at Prosper a couple months ago. Yeah, and that was
we were there as well. So
we missed you. There was a lot of people there, but we missed meeting you. Next time for sure. But I know it's in the evening there. It's morning time here for us. Where are you located?
I'm in Europe, Romania, so it's 6 p.m. here. So different time zone, but I know.
Well, thanks for
working in the US. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us in the evening at happy hour.
My pleasure. No worries at all. Yeah. So it's good to be here, and
Awesome. Well, we're going to dive all into micro influencers. There's a lot to discuss. There's so much opportunity, like I said before. But before we jump into that, we'd love to get your background. What were you doing before IntelliRank? What made you start IntelliRank? What made you excited about micro influencers and helping brands out? So we'll just give you the floor for a little bit for your background.
Okay, awesome. So before starting the entrepreneurial life and starting with IntelliRank, I was a backup architect. So I was building enterprise solutions with disaster recovery sites and all sorts of things like that. And I'm really a technical guy. I've been in the IT industry since it started with the internet, with the dial-up and everything like that. So I've touched everything about the internet. And I mean everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So everything was there on the table. And before starting IntelliRank, I was employed a 9 to 5 job, and I wanted to do something different. So that's when I learned about Amazon, and I started digesting a lot of information and finding out more and more. Also going through a course and getting into a community to learn more about it. And everything started with me as an Amazon seller. I'm also an Amazon seller right now, and I'm a co-founder of IntelliRank along with my business partner, Larissa. We've started the journey in 2017, actually 2017, let's say. We started selling on Amazon on ourselves. On my journey, I started, getting all the money I had, investing it in a product, one bad product for me, which ended up disastrously, so to speak. So lost a lot of money. And that's when I wanted to continue to learn more, because unfortunately in the technical field, I've learned a lot from my mistakes. So I'm also not giving up very easily. I want to learn how things are going. So I went to the bank, of course, went in debt and got some more money to continue with the journey. So invested in 2 other products from the same niche. So started my very own brand, so to speak, because I had the vision in mind to go in one direction. But I ended up with a lot of inventory in the end and no money for ads or PPC or anything like that. So I had to do something about it. And back then, with the help of my current business partner, Larissa, we went into Instagram. And that's when we tried to reach out to people, because we've had inventory, but we had no money to give out. So this is how we've, let's say, developed, and we are the ones that actually found out that this is the best way to go forward, even if you're stuck, and go to your end user, to your end customer, and present them with a free product, and in return ask them to post about you in front of their audience. So let's fast roll forward. This led up to, getting some traction into sales. We've been through a lot of rough times in the Amazon marketplace. We've also tried the infamous 99% discount codes, which led to a lot of problems. And we had some ASINs that were banned from ever receiving reviews. It's crazy. But long story short, we've learned a lot. We've went into this space, and we've acknowledged the fact that a lot of our customers are spending time on social media. So everyone is spending time on social media. So if that's where your end customer is, why are you not there? That's one question for every Amazon seller. And the most important part is that we found that micro influencers are, usual people like you and me. So if you have like a passion, and I see, Dustin, I see you have there, are those tennis rackets? I don't know the cap, sorry. Kansas City.
Those are tennis rackets. Yep.
Tennis. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you're a fan of those, guess what? You probably have a social media account, and you probably have people following you that maybe like the same sport as you do. So if I were a brand, in the tennis field selling, I don't know, balls or rackets, or I don't know, whatever things you're in the tennis, I would offer one free product to you to try it out, to make a photo, video, whatever you want, and post it in front of your audience while tagging my brand. And this is what it's as simple as that. A simplicity put in action that will gain you a lot of reach, a lot of followers, and a lot of visibility, basically. But coming back to me, because I went into the subject a bit there, the whole idea started like this, and this is how we've started IntelliRank. We have two core services that we are offering, and the first one is product testing campaigns, and the second one is micro-influencers program. IntelliRank came together for these core services, and we have been serving for 3 years now a lot of Amazon sellers. We've launched and ranked over 1,000 products on the Amazon Marketplace, and we'll not stop here, definitely.
I want to go back to, I want to talk about the first time you launched a product, because I think there could be some nuggets in there people can learn from, and people can kind of take away from this. When you first started Amazon, you said you started and you had some hiccups and a lot of issues. What were some of those first issues back in the early days that you learned about?
So the problems I ran into was that I picked up a seasonable product, which was a summer-based product. That was the first mistake, even though the niche was showing. We were using tools back then, like we are today, to see the sales and everything. We were using that 999 trick on every seller just to see how much inventory we actually come to.
I haven't heard about that in a long time.
That's where we started. So we had this Excels, and we were doing that manual work every day to see what the inventory is moving and how it's showing, to see whatever they're selling. We didn't had any other. I didn't know about any other things, but this was the best one to find out whatever people are moving around. But anyway, the whole idea was that the product itself was very expensive. The production and landing cost was over $10. So we invested a lot of money into bringing in 1,000 units. So it's a lot of money from this part of the world. I don't know, in other parts of the world might be so. But in Romania, for example, around $10,000 in merchandise is a lot of money. And we didn't get traction. We didn't get sales. So back then we tried PPC. That was something that we wanted to try. We've tried to do some tricks. There were the giveaways back then, if you recall, that were, something that Amazon was offering. We tried that as well, but we couldn't get the product moving. So in the end, we ended up destroying a lot of products. So this is what happened.
Yeah, for those listening, the 999 trick, if you're not familiar with it, it's every day you would go to that seller's account or that listing, and you would type in 999, and Amazon would say, oh, this seller only has 224 in stock. And then you'd go back the next day and type in 999. This seller's only got 200 in stock. That's how you had to track sales per day back in the day, back in 2017. I remember those.
Exactly.
I haven't heard that process in a while.
Oh, I did that. I remember I had spreadsheets. I was running that, but I was started out like 2014 or 15 doing that. That's fun. That brings back a lot of memories. And man, is it nice having tools.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now that time with you guys, I'm recalling all these memories, so it's really nice
Yeah,
to
yeah.
remember when we started and where we're going. That's for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, even going back to like what you're doing now, sending out free product to micro influencers, you could find all the reviewers on Amazon, and they would have their email address on Amazon, and you could send them free product and generate reviews that way. That was way back in the day. Of course, obviously you can't do that now.
No.
So in Telerank, you started it, and you have other services besides micro influencers. I mean, I'm looking at your website now.
Mhm.
You do product
So,
listings as well.
yeah, that product listing service came as a necessity because the core services are product testing campaigns, which implies this is basically ranking through product testing. Think about it like gathering a lot of data from your end customer, and in the process, building sales velocity and creating momentum. We can also help you target a keyword or several keywords. We're building together a strategy, and the whole idea behind it is for you to get feedback about your products. So this is a marketing strategy. It's like it's in the US very popular, is the mystery shopper, if you will. That's something like that. And we're doing that for the brands. And of course, the kickback is in terms of sales velocity, in terms of ranking, building momentum, and getting your brand out there in the ranking, on the targeted keywords. And because a lot of people were not having a very good listing, so maybe they were missing keywords, important keywords from the listing. We ended up, building this service as well, creating listings for our customers because it came out of necessity. But it's not something, let's say, of main interest to us. Of course, if needed, we can do it, and we're doing a good job there. But like I said, product testing campaigns, that's very important, and micro influencers on Instagram. So these are the two services. Yeah.
Talk about how you do this manually. I'm going to relate this to like Solozo helps sellers with automating their PPC, doing bid adjustments daily, all that good stuff. Anybody who's trying to like contact influencers, sending them DMs, keeping up on it. It's kind of the same process, but just a different section of it. Like you're doing more influencer tracking than you're doing PPC. What is Telerank doing? What are you exactly offering for Amazon sellers? What are you taking off their plate so that they can do something else?
Well, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking that. So the whole idea is that myself, I'm an entrepreneur as well, and my time is very precious. So I tend to externalize everything or give it to the team if needed, everything that keeps me busy on a recurring process. So everything, I don't like to do repetitive things. And from this point, looking at things, the whole idea is that we're taking over your social media presence, and we're taking care of your social media presence for you. So what we're offering within the package is social media management. So my team will take over your Instagram account. They will be posting Monday to Friday, one post per day. They will be creating the captions, the photos. They will do the hashtag research. So everything will happen in-house. And apart from that, we'll find 4 or 5 micro influencers each month that you'll be sending a free product, and they'll be tagging and posting about you in front of their audience. So this is a continual process. So it's slowly building brand awareness. You're getting authentic photos and videos. You're getting visibility on the market. And this is how you grow your brand on social media in an organic way. So of course, there are also, paid ads.
I love doing this. I love doing this podcast because this is completely different than what I thought it was, right? Like I thought it was just like, hey, we're going to hire you. You send us 5 influencers and we send it off to the product. But you're telling us you take over the whole Instagram page, and now your team is controlling the brand messaging, doing all the posting. And on top of that, you're reaching out to 4 or 5 influencers a week or maybe a month. And getting some type of social proof out there to do. So it's more than just here's a list of influencers, sending the product. It's a whole social media management.
Exactly. So we've thought about it. We're trying to get everything because, like I said, what I would want for my brand if I were to, get some free time from out of this. So first of all, get the whole social media package out. And on top of that, since Meta now has this feature we're posting both on Instagram, and we can schedule the post as well on your Facebook page. So it's both Facebook and Instagram, two presence that we're targeting for you. Now, in the future, we'll be adding TikTok as well, but for now, that's something that we're working on. Yeah.
So there's some things that are interesting here. When getting these influencers or attracting these influencers, what's that process like? Is this a vetted process where somebody is actually looking at this influencer account and making sure that, like, because there's ways you can spam your account to make it look like you have way more followers than you actually do.
Yeah, we know that.
So is there ways, is that like happening in the background where they're going through a list of influencers, making sure they're legit, they got good engagement, and then we reach out to them? Or is that being done?
It's an entire process, and I'll start from the beginning. Now, what's a micro-influencer? From our perspective, because you can get a lot of perspectives, is an influencer, a person that has an account with a following from 1,000, give or take, to 100,000 followers. Now, we're targeting this niche of influencers, the micro-influencers. Why? Because their accounts have the highest chance of authentic following. If you're going with one with millions of followers, there's a pretty big chance there, and everyone knows that you can buy a lot of followers, you can orchestrate that. But this is only the beginning. What the team is doing is taking over and starting things on social media like it is on Amazon. So on Amazon, you're starting from what? From doing a product research. And in this category, we are in this social media world, we are looking in Instagram, we're looking at hashtags. Hashtags are the equivalent of keywords. So the team is doing a hashtag research. It's creating a hashtag list. And based on that list, we're creating a hashtag strategy. The whole idea is, like on Amazon, to dominate the hashtags. The hashtags domination occurs when the top post section on that hashtag has your post in it. So if it's a hashtag very relevant, we're starting, of course, from smaller hashtags because, at the beginning, you'll be having not a lot of engagement. So you need to build, you need to create a very good, let's say, profile to have some posts, considering you're starting fresh. You need to have some posts, some proofs, some visibility. And even then, people, when you reach out to them and offer them with a free product, people will be a bit skeptical because they can see you're new, you don't have any followers, and eventually you start somewhere. Now, the team is doing the hashtag research, and this is the hashtag strategy, and these hashtags will be used in the post. The whole idea is whenever you post, to use a set of hashtags, and more than that, whenever a micro-influencer is posting, you can ask them to use 2, 3, 5 hashtags from your set, including your brand name as hashtag, and also leave them space for creativity. Because that's how you discover a lot of new hashtags. Because if Dustin here has a passion around tennis, he knows better than me as a seller what the hashtags for tennis are, because he's on social media. He's following maybe other tennis enthusiasts, following everything related to that. And I'm sure he has a very good input and puts his effort there into whenever he will be posting about my product, he will also put some good keywords. Now, of course, scrolling back a bit, whenever the team is reaching out and trying to find the right micro-influencer for your brand, that's a process. It's to be completely transparent. It's a very hard process because we are reaching out, we are looking for the right fit. So we're doing a filtration in terms of postings to see which profile fits some basic needs in terms of the following, in terms of engagement, language used, the people that are following to have the same interest. It's important to have a quick look. Of course, the team got this very well, and they're doing it like, for me, it's a bit hard because I don't do it every day. But if it's, building up, the team is more than automated from this point of view. But the whole idea is to find the right candidate to offer a free product and in return to get some visibility. So we're looking at what? We're looking at the following. Like I said, that has to have at least or close to 1,000 followers. If it's 900, it's okay. It's a good following. it has to have an engagement rate of over 5%. So the team is looking at his posts to see if they get enough interactions, enough likes, enough comments. They're looking at the language they're using there to see if the people are, responding, because in the social media world, there's also automations in terms of comments. That's also something that's happening. So the team is trying to filter this out to see, because if someone is commenting, hey, okay, good job, and whatever, and you're just, I don't know, posting a beer or something, it's not so relevant, so to speak. So it has to be on subject, and for people to actually put some effort into writing or giving some good feedback on that. So this is the process to actually try to find the right influencer. Afterwards, of course, we're trying to reach out to them, and out of 100 people that we're reaching out to, we get 4 or 5 that actually respond and agree to go forward. So it's a filtration process, but in the end, it's a lot of work, but in the end, you get a very good, let's say, candidate for your product, for your niche.
It is a lot of work, especially doing
Yeah.
it manually. I've done, I'm sure Dustin's done it
Oh,
too,
yeah.
or so I'm sure you've done too. It's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of follow up.
Exactly.
How are you tracking the momentum that the influencer brings to the listing? So if Dustin was my influencer and I said, Dustin, here's a product, Dustin makes a post about it. How do I track what Dustin is doing to the listing? Is there a way to do that?
You can do that, of course. There are many ways, but the whole idea is to, I want to be very transparent. This is a branding mainly service. So it's branding, you're building brand awareness, you're getting a lot of people to follow you on social media, and you're building your community there. Community of followers and community of brand ambassadors. The people that you're working with, every micro influencer you're working with, you can turn it into a brand ambassador, because what's happening? Whenever you're launching then your next product in the same niche, you reach out to them. They'll be more than happy to test it, because they've worked with you before. So you're building this database of people that you can later reuse in your launches. So this is I find it a very huge benefit, because at the beginning you need what? You need some traction in sales. You need some people to purchase your product. Of course, whenever you're starting, you're offering the product, you're creating let's say the shipping from manual fulfillment from Amazon Seller Central. But later on, you can ask them to purchase the product and refund them, and you can find different solutions. The whole idea is to get to create a name for yourself and get to create a database of people that can help you in the process of in your brand's success. Let's put it like that.
Yeah,
So
this is phase one. If you've got a marketing mind and put your marketing hat on, you can kind of use your imagination to figure out what you could do in phase 2. There's things you could do. There's things you could do here. I mean, you're getting relationships built with these influencers. There's things you could do on the next step. Let's just put it that way.
Exactly. And in terms of tracking it, there are different types of ways to track it. You can use Amazon attribution. You can also provide them with a coupon code that they can provide it in front of their audience. Hey, I'm having like this 10% discount for everything on this brand or for this product of the brand. Later on, you can reach out to them, and it's about everything in marketing is about emotions. It's about selling, and everything is about getting connected to that. So you can reach out to one of your best brand ambassadors, and you can say, hey, you've been selected to become our main brand ambassador. And here's what, we're sponsoring a contest that you can hold on your profile, and we're giving away 2, 3, 5 products, and you just post about it, this huge giveaway on your profile, tag our brand. As you know, you can set the needed set of rules in order to be a very good candidate to win the contest, following your brand, following them, tagging 2, 3 friends. It's a very well-known way to just expand the reach. And what you're giving away, again, some free products to those lucky winners. And
if you got a consumable product, they're going to come back. If they like it,
there you
they'll
go.
try it again.
Depends. Yeah.
Yep.
And in terms of, I keep, going off road here, and I have a lot of information. And I'm trying to make sure that everything is relevant. In terms of tracking, you can also use your Shopify store. If you have a Shopify store, you can send everyone, and this is my preferred method, send everyone from social media to your Shopify store. Why? Because first of all, you'll have everything under control there. You have the customer information. You can put a pixel on them. You can track them. You can retarget them. You can email them anytime you want. It's no longer Amazon's customer, it's your customer. So it depends. But in the end, it's a matter of strategy, a long-term strategy. Coming back to our micro-influencer program, the whole idea is to be present on social media. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of, putting an effort there. And in the end, if you have a very good brand vision, of course, everything will pay off eventually.
This is so interesting to me. Going back to why it's important, I think, for a lot of people to implement this strategy is, we've all launched products on Amazon. All of our first product launches were just native to Amazon. And the struggle is advertising's critical on Amazon. You have to do it, but it's getting more expensive. When people search a main keyword for your product, they see a whole sea of products that are really similar to yours. So you could lose people to competitors for whatever reason. Maybe you're trying to present yourself as a premium, higher priced product, and there's a whole bunch of products on your customers are seeing that are cheaper, and they may go that way. But when it comes direct from a micro influencer, they don't see your competitors. In theory, they're going to the listing or to the Shopify store. They've been warmed up by somebody they trust. So it's got to just help awareness and conversion rate. And another question I have is, are all of the micro influencers you work with, quote unquote, free, other than the free product, or are there ones that you're paying for, or is that part of your strategy at all? Or do you work with anyone like that?
We are mainly working with micro influencers that receive a free product, and that's it. Usually, influencers, celebrities, you have to pay them in order to, promote you. But that also says something about them, because they will promote pretty much everything as long as they're paid, right? Mm-hmm. So their following is broad. Of course, you can get sales. I'm not questioning that, but you never know. But the whole idea with our program is to target and be around. And you've said something very important. You have to be. Let's say we're targeting the social group, the social factor. It's all a matter of belonging. When you see a person in your group that has purchased this new revolutionary iPhone earbuds, whatever they're called, anyway, right? You see it from me. You see it from Chris. The other way, Chris. The other way, Chris. Yeah, trying to. Yeah. So in the end, it's like in your mind, you feel like you want to belong to this group, and you might want to purchase them. Of course, if this is not a very good example, if you're into sports and into an area that people follow you for your sporting, or you go back to tennis, right? If you find this very cool racket for tennis, whatever, and it has this great improvement, because in the end, we're Amazon sellers. We have to bring some improvements. We have to come to differentiate ourselves on the market. And if your product solves a problem, then the people will notice it, and will notice how happy everyone is while using it. And that's it's Maslow's pyramid of needs. We're targeting that. We're targeting the belonging. It's about everything about the psychological factor behind it. And in the end, it's a matter of if you need it, when I need it, I'll know that, hey, I've heard about this product on Instagram. Why not give it a try? Because it's already endorsed by my followers and the people in my group. And everything is about that in life, everywhere you look. Yeah.
That's branding 101 is creating a tribe.
Exactly.
That's something that's been a staple of branding for hundreds of years. And now it's just on a new platform. It's via social media.
It's so simple. It's really crazy. But, mostly people go into Amazon, and that's where they focus. PPC is very important. being there organically on the top is also very important. But social media is also there, and it's easy to just reach. It's a low hanging fruit, and people are just maybe not interested in it. I don't know.
Yeah, giving away a couple free products to generate sales velocity versus how much you would spend on advertising. You're right. It's a no-brainer to have that as a part of your strategy as well.
Definitely.
I did this a long time ago. My philosophy was, if I've got 100 micro influencers that I've just given a free product to, their reach will be equivalent, to some celebrity influencer that would cost me way too much money. And it might be a better impact because people, if a smaller community, they probably follow each other a lot more in depth than just some celebrity that you happen to follow.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's go through the process. I'm in this process right now. 2 weeks ago, I launched a brand new product. It's live. Everything's optimized. PPC's running. Sales are coming in. Let's say now, okay, today I want to now add IntelliRank to the mix. I want to add micro influencers. What does my process look like? What do you need from me? Do you need any sort of creative help? Do you need the product? Let's walk through the entire process.
That's okay. That's very good. So the whole idea is that my team will reach out to you. They will try to find out about you. They will be talking about your vision, mission, objectives, your tone of voice, your font, your logo, of course, is there. We need it. And as soon as we have all the information, we're trying to know, because it's your brand, it's your baby. You should know it best. And we're trying there to help and maybe give you some suggestions. But in the end, it's your vision. And as soon as we have this information, you'll need a social media account. If you don't have one yet, you can open one with Instagram, and that's it. It's that simple. Yeah, the team will get working. They will, try to identify, first of all, they'll start from your product. They'll try to find the keywords related to that on Amazon. Then we'll shift to Instagram and try to follow the hashtags, find the hashtags that are relevant, create a list of hashtags, create some posts. You'll also, look at the post. Everything will be scheduled, and you'll have access to the scheduled post. You can always look to see what's coming up on your profile, and you can always suggest some changes. Or it's very important too. It's a joint effort. I mean, we can do the heavy lifting, but we also need to know how you think, because in the end, that you want to build a brand that has a certain tone of voice to reach out to people in a certain way. Never know how people react to different, brands. But in the end, it's all about doing this job for you as you are doing it for yourself. So that's the whole idea. So we're trying to understand who you are, where you're going, and based on that, the team will take over and post on your behalf. They will create the photos, they will create the text, they will do the hashtag research. Like I said, they will include the hashtags, find the micro influencers. We'll reach out to you every time we need to send a free product, and we'll give you just the address where to send it. And apart from that is the monthly billing process, and that's it. Yeah,
that sounds easy, and that really is. I mean, that's the area where a lot of brands, especially new brands who are starting, and they've just all their research and everything they've done in their planning is all Amazon centric.
Yeah,
they haven't gone this route yet, and it's so important. I just have so many more questions, I feel like. One thing that came into mind, because like Chris said, this is what's so fascinating about actually having a conversation that goes into more depth about a service. Because on the surface, we thought, okay, you help us connect with influencers. That's great. Super important.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're managing social media, because another thing that you can do is all of this content that's being created by these influencers, it can be repurposed over and over and over again. And there's, you've got to, have some arrangement where they give you access to use that content if they
exactly.
can. But then that could be new posts on our own social media. And that can be used for A+ content or used for anything. And so the fact that you guys are managing that and just keeping it cohesive, that's to me, that was right off the bat. I was like, I'm interested. This is a good setup, because I don't want to, good. You reach out to influencers, but I don't want to be now stuck with still managing my social media set, because that takes a lot of work.
We understand that, and we've been there. So we've done this heavy lifting ourselves in the past. So right now we have a team that's handling it. But on our own brands, when we started, we had to do this manually and discover the process. And you nailed it. The whole idea is that all the content, we're asking for permission from the micro influencers to reuse it. So photos and videos you can use on your A+, maybe on your listing, on your PPC, YouTube, on your website. So the whole idea is that you're getting this great content. And sometimes we found that some people get so creative and use a product in a way that we would have never thought about it. So leaving creativity to them will put your product into different, uses. But it's incredible. Yeah. From this perspective, people amaze you because they know the niche. They know best the product. They use maybe different products, and they're there for you. Yeah.
I know a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
We're gathering all this information. I just wanted to add that we're gathering all the information, and everything is put on a drive for you, and you have access whenever you want to all the content that has been generated from the micro influencers. From there, you do whatever you want with it, as long as it's legit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I know a lot of people are listening right now, and they're very interested. And I just wanted to give you a chance to tell them, where do they need to go? How do they start the conversation with you to start working on this micro influencer program?
So they can reach out to us on our webpage, intellirank.info, and that's a good place to start. Of course, they can email us, office@intellirank.info, or just try to reach us on social media. The steps are easy. The first step is the discovery step, and that's when we try to learn more about the brand, more about, like I said, the vision, mission, and objectives, and where we're heading with the brand. We're setting the tone of voice, putting a few posts into action to see how you feel about them. Is the direction good? We have to change something. We have to change the font, maybe the wording, or to match the your brand's vision. And from there, everything is on, let's say, from your perspective, is on autopilot. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Autopilot.
It's easy as that. Yeah, I love automation. I love to, get rid of whatever is, out there and stopping me from developing new thoughts. And that's the main problem. And trust me, I've been there as a, one-man show. I've started there. I know how it is. I know how people are feeling there. But as a one-man show, there's no room for growth. You'll only go as far as you can take everything on your shoulders. If you want, it's saying, and I like it very much. If you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go with a team. And the team means, trying to find other people, other, services to help you and get some work off your shoulders. Yeah.
That's a great way to put it. I know both Chris and I, early on, that was a mistake that we individually made, just being a one-man show. And you leave a lot of opportunity on the table when you do that, because there's a lot that needs to be done. Marcel, thanks for joining us. This is fun. I encourage everyone to go check you guys out, intellirank.info. This has been a lot of fun. A lot of it. And
thank you. Yeah.
And we'll be talking soon for sure. We'll get you back on too, because this space evolves like crazy. We'll make sure that you are a regular on here to share insights into what's going on in the influencer space. But again, Thanks so much for joining us today. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah. Absolutely. And thanks everybody for tuning in today. If you like content like this, make sure you subscribe to our podcast and follow us on Solozo's social media channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. You can see all the live streams there. You can turn on notifications. Again, get notified when we're going live with amazing people like Marcel and all the things that they're doing in the Amazon and e-commerce space. So make sure you subscribe to those. Additionally, if you are launching a product right now, you want to run these, you want to run advertising, PPC on Amazon in conjunction with some sort of outside traffic system like micro influencers. And at Celozo, we can help you with the PPC part. We can fully automate, put it on autopilot. We can put your ads on autopilot so you can focus on other things as well. If you'd like to see more, go to celozo.com. You can schedule a demo. You'll get either Chris or I on a call, and we'll walk you through the entire platform and show you how Celozo can optimize your advertising for you automatically. All right, that's it for today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.